Everybody, welcome back. This is the May wrap up and I had one of the most amazing reading month in May. I knew that I wanted to read as much as possible because in June I will start a new job, and also I was all alone in my flat and I had all these amazing books around me, so I decided to read, and I participated in the Bout of Books 10.0, which really helped crossing off books from my to be read list. So let's get going. I read 14 books, no graphical novels, no nothing. Most of them are back at the library or I lent it to some of my friends, so I only have a few here. I will tell you what I read before the readathon. I read Spiderweb by Celia Sergi. This is a Romanian author. It's part of the classics and it's declared to be the Margaret Mitchell of Romania. I enjoyed the story, however, this is no Margaret Mitchell. Do not be fooled. I was fooled, and of course there is some feminism there, and there is the idea that you can definitely find new ways of enjoying your life without a man and without, you know, the traditional marriage. However, this is no Margaret Mitchell. Margaret Mitchell is, it's just one. So I think I gave it 3 stars. Still loved it, and also I'm going on with the theme of women authors and lady authors, so Celia Sergi was one of them. Next, I read The Maze Runner by Jane Dashner. The book is back at the library. I really wanted to show you the Romanian cover of it. I think it's really terrible. And I didn't enjoy the book at all. I thought that parts of the plot were missing and I just didn't enjoy the characters, and it was a good world building and that's all. The rest was just more and more confusing, and the end was confusing as well. Next, I read Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows, and with this I completed the Harry Potter series and I was super happy. It was a really serious book. I had to take my time with it, but I enjoyed every page. I think I gave it 5 stars. Next, I reread The Catcher in the Rye by Salinger, and this is my copy. It's from 1978 if I'm not mistaken, and it's so damaged that everywhere you look there are page falling. Just because I read this one when I was home, and then I read it at university, and then I reread it when I was in Budapest, then I reread it now for the book club, for which I missed the meeting. Nonetheless, I enjoyed rereading this book, and I'll try to find a new copy, but I want to save this one because it's been with me for a couple of years. Next, I read Cinderella Ate My Daughter. I did not enjoy this book. I do appreciate the ideas that the author Peggy Ornstein presents in this book. However, I just cannot get into her style, her writing style. I feel it's more journalistic, and this means that, at least as far as I understand it, it means throwing ideas from all points of view, even if it means to throw ideas that are contradictory. 2 stars. I had a very difficult time finishing it, even though I do appreciate the ideas and everything. Next, I read The Professor by Charlotte Bronte. I don't have it with me. I read it at the library. Oh my god, I had the most difficult time reading this short book because of the language. It's the oldest version of English. I felt like I was reading Shakespeare again. Just didn't have the thy and thou. It was very difficult. However, the idea and the delivery of the idea was very good. I insisted to finish it just because of that, and I really loved it. And the funny thing was that the author was a lady and the main character was a man, and I think that I read the most honest and raw description of women, like bad description, not to describe the beautiness of the women, but to describe how women are low and dirty and and not educated. So it was really funny. Oh my goodness. Next I read Demeter by Williams Blatty. I hated that book all the way. I could not understand anything. I guess the movie reveals more of the story. However, I just got lost everywhere. When I read the synopsis about a prisoner in Albania, I got interested, but then I just got lost. The plot keeps losing track, and there are different narrators, there are different styles, and it just completely puts you off any track of understanding what is happening into that book. At least this is what happened to me, and from the reviews I've seen online, it happened to a lot of people. Next, I read the books for the readathon, and I read so many books. Okay, I had posted a video, and I will link it down below so you can go ahead and check it. But from like a speed reading of the list of the titles, I read Eleanor Park, Zorba the Greek, Serafina, Fight Club, Hunger Games, and The Woman in White. And I started Les Miserables. I only have Hunger Games, Fight Club, and Zorba the Greek. And after the readathon, I counted the pages that I read, and I read 2,600 something or 2,500 something. And after the readathon, I took a break of one day, and then I finished The Woman in White by Wilkie Collins. I enjoyed this book, and it was very well written, but it was very, very long. Like really long. Like it took me 3-4 days to push and read and push and read. It reminded me of Dracula by Bram Stoker or of the Sherlock Holmes series. It's a detective, it's one of the first detective novels, and you get to see the adventures from a family in Hampshire. I really enjoyed it. I just thought it was a bit long, but otherwise, no, it was a great book. It's just that compared to the other books that I read, and I managed to read them in one day, this was very long. And that was all the books that I read in May. Also, if you have noticed, I've colored some parts of my hair in black that goes into purple. There's no sun, so I don't know if you can see it. And I started a new exciting job with an NGO, and so there are a lot of things going on in my life, but I still hope to post more. Even if I don't post, I do read a lot, and I love the books that I'm reading. So yeah, that's the May wrap up, and best of luck in June.